All right, let's see. Hey, brethren and sisterin, what's going on? What's going on? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. All right, so how are we going to play this out? How are we going to play this out today? How are we going to play this out today? All right, just getting this informed, trying to see where my picture is right now. Hold on for a hot second. One hot second. All right, have my other gimbal up here, but we're gonna roll like this. We're gonna roll like this. Um, so what's going on? What's going down? What it is, what it be like? All right, what all that is, what it be like? We already know what's up because we've been dealing with what's up for a while. All right, but there's going to be a new what's up. Yes, indeed, there's a new what's up in town. The new what's up in town is this. Yeah, y'all see the title. No more passes. None. Nathan. None. Nada. No more passes. The BAW, the BFIMs will get no more passes. All right. I had it lined up like this is because there's a lot of information that I wanted to go over. All right. That I wanted us to go through. That I wanted us to, oh dang, I had this running like this. Sure did. There's a lot of things that we needed to hear. All right. And there's a lot of things that we did not understand. All right. Many of the things that we did not understand. A lot of us brothers now are saying, had we known the nature of the BAW before now, we would have made some decisions that would have been different. All right. If we knew then what we know now, I mean, the old proverbial saying, if I knew then what I know now. All right. What I know now. Hold on for a second. All right. What I know now. All right. And so this is where we are. This is where we stand. Now, first up, I would like to do this. I would like to just sit back and make sure we get all this information out. All right. I want to let people know on Facebook and stuff that I am him. I'm up in him. Right here. I want to also let them know, dang, I forgot to put my music on. Oh. Oh, no wonder, wrong one. All right, there we go. Let's get it rolling. All right. I would go over there and get on my drums real quick, but I don't know if my neighbor's home. Get this out of here. Oh, this is what I did with it. All right, so this is where we are. So y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Oh, my fro is kicking, y'all. All right. Y'all let me know if we in here on a serious note. All right. But things are really, really bad for us as Afro men. And a lot of us do not know how to assess the danger, because the danger that we face is coming from those that look like us, led by the females that look like us. I was reminded, dang, I hate when this happens. Hold on for a second. All right, and so basically, we don't acknowledge a lot of the danger that we face as Afro men. And that is because we have decided to accept the danger as a good thing. Why? Because many of us was raised to be simps and manginas and could not overcome that in our mind. All right, we got a couple of other things that's been happening. That we got shutdown squads in the form of the current crop of BAWs. And the thing about the shutdown squads is this, that many people have been giving them a pass for a long time. And for them to do harm to good Afro men, not only have they been getting off, but they have been rewarded. All right. So I've been going at it. I've been going at it with some females on Facebook, in a brother's post where he's showing the hypocrisy of these females, the left leaning, the entire left. We know that, and we know this, that we cannot depend on any kind of useful knowledge we cannot depend on an alliance that has to do with the females that we call a part of our community. All right. These are turning out to be some of the most egregious and gravest mistakes that we as Afro men are making. And this is because they intentionally will not acknowledge our leadership because they know that we are leaders. That's why they don't acknowledge our leadership. All right? I want y'all to understand this. People keep saying that, and it's foolishness. The women never picked a dude that was strong. Now, they picked a dude that was physically appealing, but physically appealing is different from being strong. The BAW do not pick strong men. See, there is physical strength. Then again, there is mental strength. According to the Willie Lynch papers, and if you want a copy of those, for those who don't have a copy of that, according to the Willie Lynch papers, they plain out say that they wanted men that was physically strong but mentally weak. I want you to contemplate that for a hot second. Physically strong but mentally weak. Why physically strong? Well, you could get them to work for you. And if they're mentally weak, well, you could use them kind of like beasts of burdens. And that was the idea. Remember, they modeled their plan on brainwashing us after how they break horses. And one of the things that they understood is if they got the female, the mothers to come on board and separated the fathers from the mothers, that you would be able to manipulate the children to high heaven. You can even change their physical purpose and their spiritual purpose for which they were created by the Most High. This was the objective of the Willie Lynch papers. It was created so that men would not think critically. Because no matter what you try to burden down a man with, eventually a critically thinking man is going to be able to fight off what you tried to burden him down with. All right? And in order to keep this going, the BAWs, you know, the so-called backbone of the community, they thought it in and of themselves that they are getting so many benefits from the government for doing wickedness to their own community, and dare I say the Afro men, that they figured to keep this up, we're going to learn from the pages of the Caucasians. And they, playing into the hands of the system, they themselves decided, you know what? We are going to keep this thing going. It's the carrot or the stick. In this case, it's the reward for doing wickedness. All right? And when we say reward for doing wickedness, I want y'all to understand how I'm putting this. The reward that they get hey y'all, brother Marvin Carter, he died a month ago. You know, the brother that found him a nice woman down in Mexico. You know, truck driver. And I just wanted to call that out as I was going through letting people know that I'm here. All right. Had some ideas. He's the one that got me to start writing a book when, you know, in our conversations, he knew about a lot of my life. And I know a lot of y'all told me to do the same. But he set me up with a publisher and things like that. And I started writing it. All right. But it's kind of difficult for me it's kind of difficult for me because I have so many things that I've done in my life and stuff, and it's kind of hard to arrange it, you know. So, with that said, you know, I just wanted to shout out because I know some of the people that know him and know me. Dang. Some of the people that know him let me know what was going on. All right. And as I'm looking through here, I need to get some people off my major and unfriend them and stuff like that, and get rid of them. All right. So basically, I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on, and this is very dangerous to us. Okay, let's see if I see it. This is very dangerous to us. One of the things, I mean, and this is some of the most dangerous things to us. We have in our midst a lot of stuff that's going on, but we have so many agents of the system. And it is going to be the females. And in the thumbnail, I put 3 of them that I was having dealings with on Facebook. I mean, serious dealings, right? But then I put the picture in the Facebook of Miss Cassandra Damper. And I put it up in here because I wanted you to understand some things from 2 points of view. How did I put that? Okay. From 2 points of view. One point of view is from the family of the man with whom she pounded in the head. Let's say it like that. All right. And the other from the point of view of the friends she has. Now, I'm gonna turn this around so that y'all can see the news articles. All right. I'm gonna turn this, but first let me greet everybody real quick that's in here now. What's up, Daft Code? Hey, what's up, David Bowman? $3 Assassin, Trey Manifest. What's going on? That Italian Lewis, Sean Perry. Who else we got in here? Simplified Texas Marine. What's up, OJ Did It? Hey, what's up, Frankie Evans? All right. And again, I will allow y'all to call in. Dang, this picture is too good. I will allow y'all to call. We're going to have it call in. All right. So basically, if y'all want to call in, hey, let me look at the number. Babe, what's your phone number? It's going to be the 830 number for those that have it. And when I get to a minute where I can put it up, I will put it up. Those that have Facebook Messenger, okay, if you have Facebook Messenger, I'm gonna try something real quick. If you have Facebook Messenger, you could call in on Facebook Messenger. All right. So if you have Facebook Messenger, you can call in on Facebook Messenger. If you have the number, you can call in on the number. All right. So let's see. The number is being hooked up now. All right. So that's where we're at. All right. So let's get into this and break this down. Oh, let me greet everybody real quick out there from all the lands that I know. All right. Verwoorden Hardu Gudag Ola Oi to the Bay, Basses Los Bonjour Mezami, Kedu Bawani Konichiwa, Niha Niama, Sani Bonani, Jambo Havaragani, Assalamu alaikum and Shalom. And Kamustaka and Kamusta Pokayo. All right. So there we go. So we're going to cover everything that's going on, and we're going to start off with this Mrs. Dampier. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this face my computer screen. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. So that y'all can see what I'm saying. Okay, let's get into it. Let's break it down now. Let's simmer down now. Well, first, let's look at the family of this story. Now, this is the woman that did in the man. She was sentenced to 15 years in prison. All right. There's a caveat to this too. So y'all need to be aware of the caveat. All right. She got 5 years for tampering with evidence and 10 years for aggravated assault. All right. Now, for those of you that saw the video, it was not an accident. All right. He didn't. And when y'all seen the old video on the channel, y'all saw that her and her thug dude jumped into a car. All right. They jumped into a car, and he didn't want them there. All right. The dude in the back seat is the one that put the weapon up on the dashboard. I want y'all to understand this. So she was with the thug in the back seat. The thug in the back seat put the weapon up on the dashboard. She grabs the weapon from the dashboard, and then he grabs her hand. At no point were they just playing with the weapon. All right, but you got all these tears and stuff like that after this woman done destroyed this man's life. All right, that's what we're talking about. What I wanted to go to was the comment from the mother, and I think I did. All right, this is the wrong one. So let's go over here. Y'all are starting to see how I save these things. All right, so they're really happy. They're so happy, said Holmes afterwards. Because human life is valuable. This is her. She was crying and everything on the thing, but in the car, she was bad. You know, she was real bad. Now, this is how the family see it. You got what you deserve. You get what you deserve. You wanted to be gangster. Now you can go be gangster for 10 years. She can be gangster all she wants, said Cherie Holmes, Devin's mother of yeah. All right. So here, the people understand it for what it really is. The victims of this understand for what it really is. All right. But that's not the sad part. Remind me to put these links in the description box. That's not the sad part. Here's the sad part. They called it a tragedy when it was done pretty much on purpose. Here we go. I feel bad about it because I know she's a good person, says Class Martin, who ironically knows the accused and saved the victim's life. I wanted to cover that right, Jim. She was a good person. Because, the thug thizzle, life for sizzle, my nizzle, they're always good people. Pookie's always been a good boy. That ain't how his mama raised him. And Mrs. Pookie, apparently the thing is the same for Mrs. Pookie. All right, y'all see how that works? They always was a good kid. Always was a good person. What's up, Melchizedek Salem? What's up, Afro True? All right. They always was a good kid. Always was a good person. All right. They always were. Oh Lord, the pillar, the salt of the universe, the pillar of the community. Don't ask what they did to become such a good person. Don't dare ask. You can't ask what they did to become such a good person because you wouldn't be able to name what they did that made them such a good person. You wouldn't be able to name what they did that would name them such a good person. All right, now here's the other another thing that was going on. While I'm on Facebook, I had a bunch of BAWs going in on me because I tell the truth. And the truth is that you're wicked, and it's time to pay the piper. The truth is that we as Afro men, where did I do it, that picture? There it is. We as Afro men need to man up and stop giving these females passes. So what these three women here did in Mrs. Shay Defoe's post, Mrs. Shay Defoe's whatever, let's get a good gander at them. First of all, they made the first mistake. Let me break down what that mistake was. They make the same mistake many of these busted women make. They will look at my Facebook page They will look at my Facebook page and then assume there we go. How do I do that? Okay, like this. They will assume that the pictures on my Facebook page of the children are all my children. Why would they assume that? Because that's what they would do. All right. What's the lesson in this? And it's a lesson that I had to learn. And the lesson that I had to learn, one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was this. That many people that think you done did something evil, think you did something evil because that's what they would do in the same situation. Like people that accuse you for stuff that you ain't did. You're like, man, really? I don't even do that. I don't even roll like that. And the reason why they accused you, because that's how they roll. Like if it was them, it's what they would have done. Like, I know you stole it because if it was me, I would have stole it. Basically, that's how you look at it. I know you stole it because if it was me, I would have stolen it. All right. Now, when they look on Facebook, when these females decided to go look in Facebook and talk about my looks, oh yes, they did. I told you that the main ones that come against us because of our complexion that I'm proud of. And not only am I proud of it, but I mean, it's been good to me. I didn't know so many females were not in America. Let's make that clear. Trust me, I know you don't want me in America, so I don't give you the time of day. I already know what time it is. You don't have to tell me. That's because we don't want you over there because we don't want you over here. I know that. And that was my argument when you arguing with me. Oh, why are you over there? I repeat what y'all said. Y'all don't want me over here. All right. And then you mad because I take my resources and help children somewhere else is because we're not allowed to help our own here. See how angry they get? They get real angry, don't they? So what's going on Facebook is there is a bit of a dust up because of this. Now, what you are about to hear, and I'm going to show you, is Trump going in on the media because there has been no other more egregious entity to the people of the United States than the American media, to the point that they are literally talking with communist Chinese talking points. And I've been following everything. That's why I haven't been clowning this president like I would clown Obama, because I followed him. I liked Clinton, Bill Clinton. Wouldn't want to see Hillary up in there. And I like George Bush Sr. George Bush Jr. don't count because he wasn't the president. He was the president, but Cheney and Rumsfeld was running everything. He only figured that out 2 years into his second term. All right. So as we vote up out of Facebook, all right, these women had decided to these women had decided to try to take me down. They tried to shame me. They tried to make me feel bad. And dare I say, these women tried to make me feel bad about my color. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, these women went hog in on my color. Women like this Summer Wright. All right, a lot of them. You had a lot of dudes that's been standing up and correctly pointing out things that's been going on in the media. All right. And what happened is a lot of these females decided that they're going to come in and try to shut down the conversation by insulting the people. All right, that's their thing. All right, let me see if this is it. All right, so we got a lot of stuff from Shay Defoe. All right, hold on. All right, here's the thing. There's this dude, Justin whatever, right? All right, this is another one of these weak simps. His name is Justin. Now, understand how, like a bee, you know, the female dog and he come at me. I want y'all to understand this. He says, when you capitalize your words, you come off as a mentally unstable old man. Hold on. Dude, get off my page and don't reply to me. Hold on. Get off of my page and don't reply to me because I don't deal with females looking like men. There we go. All right, so basically, so you got these black females like the Shay Defoe and stuff, and she's followed up by her simp. Hold on, let's pull it up right here. Because this is a mess. This is how far, and this is why these females will never stand under correction, right? They will never come to the truth. They will always be our adversary. Because no matter what wickedness they do, they will always have some simp hero wannabe come to their aid to help them to persecute other Afro men. All right, and that's basically it. So these are these people, right? All right, now, I don't care what a weak-minded dude who follows a female have to say. This Justin person. this dude, right? Because his hope is if he attacks me, I want y'all to understand this. If this dude attacks me, he might be able to get some for her. Even if all he's going to get from her is praise. All right. So their problem with what I have to say is not the truth, not the fact that it's true, but their problem with what I had to say is capital letters. You understand? Their problem is capital letters. Now, all these people are talking about Trump, and basically, none of these people actually watched his press conferences. These people don't watch his press conferences. The problem with the BAW, the B films, the backbone of the community, is they do not ever base any of what they have to say. You got some sisters that will look at evidence. You got some of the old school real black women that may not understand that they're not a color. They might, but these B films, what we got in this community now, these people trying to gas people up, the right hand of the oppressive system against the Afro man, right? Now, I want y'all to understand something. Watch this real quick. All right? Watch this real quick. If y'all haven't been paying attention, if you really haven't been paying attention, you've been doing yourself a disservice. All right? If you haven't been paying attention, you've been doing yourself a disservice. All right? I want y'all to see something.
Because I was way too early. I shouldn't have done it. Brutalized by the press. But, sort of I've been brutalized for the last 4 years. I used to do well before I decided to run for politics. But I guess I'm doing okay because, to the best of my knowledge, I'm the president of the United States, despite the things that are said. So then, first mandatory quarantine in more than 50 years. We did. First mandatory in 50 years. The same restrictions that the Democrats and the media called xenophobic. Now, Joe Biden said he's a racist. Call me a racist because I said we're shutting down entry from China. We're shutting it down. He called me xenophobic and he called me a racist and other things. Since then, on a Friday night 2 weeks ago, Joe Biden issued, it wasn't him, he didn't write it. I'm sure he doesn't even know that it was issued. But the people from his campaign who are smart, people that write those little PR releases are pretty smart, reasonably good, not the best, but they're not bad. But they issued a statement saying that Joe Biden agrees that President Trump was right to close it down to China. Now, he did that. Now, he issued it on Friday night. We've all heard about that, John, Friday nights, right? In fact, his was later Friday night than I ever released mine on Friday nights. So he did it pretty late. I mean, like at 11 o'clock in the evening or something, it's pretty late. Anyway, so Joe Biden issued, and it's one of those things. But in February, Nancy Pelosi said we should come to Chinatown. This is late February. Come to Chinatown. We think it's very safe. Come here. Let's all have the big parade. China.
Now, I want y'all to understand something real quick. If he would have said the sky is blue, they would have said it's pink. If he said, okay, you're right, it's pink, they said, no, it isn't, it's blue. All right? I want y'all to understand, this dude can't win. And the reason why I started cutting for this dude, because I saw the way they was treating him the same way they treat black people, particularly Afro men. All right, this is the part I wanted to get to right here. Is this it? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The media minimized the risk from the start. All right, the media did this and then blamed the president, right? Again, why am I pissed? Because I see this and I see that even when something is really, really bad, causing death of millions, or at least in hundreds of thousands, but the sickness of millions, that the media and the B films that try to keep us in tow, along with the Hollywood elite that try to keep us brainwashed.
We're having, okay? Please, you can put it on.
Hold on, let me see.
Back onto the reason we're here, which is the success we're having, okay? Please, answer some questions. Just going to put up, we could turn the lights a little bit lower. I think you'll find them interesting. And then but now they like them because they write about me. Now with that, I have a couple of interesting, we have a few.
Here's the setup.
We're just going to put up, we could turn the lights a little bit lower. I think you'll find them interesting. And then we'll answer some questions. I'll ask you some questions because you're so guilty, but forget it.
He's going in on them. That's why everybody like him, because we see the Afro man in the United States have seen what Hollywood has done to us. Hold on, let me say this. The Afro man in the United States have seen what Hollywood has done to us. We've seen what the TV and commercials have done to us. We've seen the message to Black women and Caucasian men, and we've seen how we have been eliminated from even the United States, where you don't see us represented in anything unless it's a dude wearing a dress or a dude being in a relationship with a Caucasian dude, and the Caucasian dude is the head of that relationship. If you're a real man, all right, these people come against you. Now, y'all notice this is on Fox. Because CNN, oh man, he's about to go in on everybody. Pay attention. This is how things really went.
People should be more concerned right now with the flu in this country.
A lot of people are concerned about the coronavirus because they're hearing a lot of news about it right now. But the reality is, comparing it to the flu, for example, it's not even close to being at that stage.
What if it is worse? Is this a moment where maybe countries put politics aside, a little bit of pride aside, and do we have U.S. officials? Should U.S. professionals such as yourself get involved?
How worried should Americans be about coronavirus?
Coronavirus is not going to cause a major issue in the United States.
Oh, pay attention.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're doing in terms of a vaccine. We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Medicare patients can now visit any doctor by phone or video.
I'm going to let that pray again.
Travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Medicare patients can now visit any doctor by phone or video conference at no additional cost.
The first 1 million masks will be available immediately.
You see all those dates?
As there were more cases, and it was clear that it was spreading out of China, where it originated. The president took this move that he was widely criticized
Y'all
for
see?
by Democrats and even some Republicans at the time, which was he halted a number of flights from China into the U.S. The idea was to halt the spread of the disease, keep transmissions to a minimum. He was accused of xenophobia. He was accused of making a racist move. At the end of the day, it was probably effective because it did actually take a pretty aggressive measure against the spread of the virus.
All right, so what these B films were doing were they were getting mad at me because I was pointing this out. Because I've been paying attention to this, not from Fox either, but from C-SPAN. Most of y'all know I get a lot of the news from C-SPAN and alternative sources. And then I compare them to what Fox is saying. I don't bother with CNN and MSNBC because those are hit pieces. They don't do news anymore. They are a wing of the Democratic Convention and the Democratic Party. What they do is advertise for the Democrats. They don't give you news, period. And they are showing, especially with the hydroxychloroquine and the azithromycin, if something can save lives and the president mentions it, they will make sure that their people never see that information or hear the light of day of that information. Even though it saves lives, they will go and say everything negative about it without evidence or anything. This is MSNBC, this is CNN News. Come to find out from a French study that hydroxychloroquine and the azithromycin, not only did it work for over 90-something% of the patients, but for 0% of the patient did it cause any effects. All right. In other words, the heart problems that they said these people were going to have, none of them, zero in this testing. So they're going to test larger. But if people are losing their lives, don't you think, well, let's take a chance on giving them stuff that's been already FDA recognized to be safe for consumption? Think about that, people. Where were we at? Where were we at? Okay, let's get back to it.
The flu in this country.
A lot of people are concerned about the coronavirus because they're giving it to the flu, for example.
Maybe countries put politics aside, a little bit of pride aside, and do we have U.S. officials, should U.S. professionals such as yourself?
Coronavirus. Coronavirus is not going to cause a major issue in the United States.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're doing in terms of a vaccine.
Let me play that again.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're
Not going to cause a major issue in the United States.
I want y'all to understand what he did. I want to make sure y'all can see that.
Well, we've asked them to accelerate whatever they're doing in terms of a vaccine. We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Medicare patients can now visit any doctor by phone or video conference at no additional cost. The first 1 million masks will be available immediately.
As there were more cases, and it was clear that it was spreading out of China, where it originated, the president took this move that he was widely criticized for by Democrats and even some Republicans at the time, which was he halted a number of flights from China into the U.S. The idea was to halt the spread of the disease, keep transmissions to a minimum. He was accused of xenophobia. He was accused of making a racist move. At the end of the day, it was probably effective because it did actually take a pretty aggressive measure against the spread of the virus.
His team is on it. They've been responsive late at night, early in the morning, and they've thus far been doing everything that they can do. And I want to say thank you And I want to say that I appreciate it.
He returns calls. He reaches out. He's been proactive. We got that Mercy ship down here in Los Angeles. That was directly because he sent it down here. 2,000 medical units came to the state of California. These FMS, these field medical stations, and that's been very, very helpful.
The president has been outstanding through all this. The vice president's been outstanding. Members of the coronavirus task force, very responsive.
We had asked if we could have, New Jersey could have access to a piece of the beds that are on the USNS Comfort, and the president came back, called me a short few minutes before I walked in here to say indeed they would grant that to New Jersey. So that's a big step for us in addition to all the other capacity. That news is literally hot off the press, and I thank the president and vice president who are on the call together.
President Trump approved Arizona's request for a presidential major disaster declaration. I want to thank the president for a quick turnaround. We requested this on a Wednesday, and we had approval by Saturday morning. And we are grateful to the administration for their continued support and responsiveness.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the president, the vice president, for doing a really good job of communicating with all the governors.
All right, y'all see that?
So we could give you hundreds of clips like that from.
Okay, y'all see that? All right. This is what I was arguing with these clownish buffoons. All right. There's a lot of stuff I disagree with people on policy. All right. But I was able to see what was really going on here. Because y'all know it's kind of my field. All right. It's kind of what I deal with. What is this? All right. It's kind of what I deal with. All right. This is something I know. I know this field. I am comfortable in this field because I know it. I know what's supposed to happen. You see what I mean? I know what's supposed to happen. I know a lot about a lot of these things. I kind of understand, how these things work out. You see what I mean? Because, this is kind of what I do or did. So imagine how painful it is to watch a bunch of simpletons and have arguments with people that don't know what the hell they're talking about on Facebook. All right. Imagine that you got people that sound like they are part of the Chinese regime, and the only thing that they are about is keeping us afraid. And here's the thing, it is a virus that is not going to shoot you when you walk out the door. I don't understand why so many people are afraid. Maybe it's because people have lived their lives so crooked and have been doing people so dirty in the United States that they're really not ready to go. And as unlikely as it is for the vast majority of the people to die from this thing or even be at risk of that, there's been a lot that's going on. But we're talking statistically, what's been happening for every other ailment that's coming in. All right. And we're not even going to get into the PDF. Y'all know the receipts that I got that I sent some of y'all. The PDF of the people that's going to diagnose everything with coronavirus. Y'all seen that? And if y'all would like the PDF, at the end of this, or if you want to do that right now, you can go. Hold on, wait a minute. I could probably do that here. I am going to put in the description box, hold on for a second, my email address, and I'll tell you when you can go there. One moment. So I will put in the description box my email, and all you got to do is write me an email requesting a copy of the form that they gave the doctors on how to do the death certificates. I was like, how much more wicked can you get than that? All right, so my email is going to be there. My email is going to be there. Let's see if what's going on. There we go. Edit. My email is going to be there. It'll be the refugetemplenabi@hotmail.com. So if you go look in the description box right now, it should be there momentarily. You may have to recycle your feed. All right, so you may have to recycle your feed. Okay, so this is the problem, that we have a country that where the regular people have treated so many people so ugly, so egregious, where the regular people are the ones that's been trying to take away everybody's freedom. We have a country where the B-Fems are the one that's been the one trying to take away the Afro man's freedom. We have a country where the B-Fems has tried to get the man tied up in courts, tried to take his child from him and his money. If we tried to build something up to help the community, many of these black women would come along and tear it down. Look at what they did to the men on YouTube. Oh, I have them receipts too. A group of women got together on Facebook to tear down the channels of men. Why? Because they were fighting for their wicked honor. All right, they want to do wickedly, but don't want any accountability. And now they're mad because the dudes are just leaving them alone, and we don't see any good or worth in them right now. See, there's no repentance. There is no repentance. There is no repentance. You understand? All right. It's getting to the point where dudes are seeing that these women are nothing but a risk to everything, though. That we literally can't have them around anything that we try to do, because they are so stuck on their, oh, I got an education. Like the rest of us don't have no education, but their education as a CNA is better than mine as being a lab tech. Because that's how they think. Like an educated Afro man is of no worth to them. And y'all better understand this. It's not that we're not any worth because, one, we don't look good. Because if you didn't look good when you leave the United States, you would still not look good. Oh, y'all didn't catch that, huh? Women that are not attractive in the United States, when they leave and go try to compete with those attractive women in Brazil, Colombia, and even in some part of Africa, they still can't compete. Because that's what it is. But when an Afro brother leaves the United States, we not only can compete, but we are seen as brothers to the indigenous population over there and the women like us. Our only problem is we got a lot of clowns that go before us and do a lot of heinous things and be posting things on Facebook that should stay private, meaning not being posted on Facebook at all, unless you're running an adult site. But then you're posting it without the consent of the people you took the pictures with or of while they sleep. All right, these are the kind of, this woman asks, this woman keep asking, they keep asking this question. Well, who got all these single mothers pregnant? Well, I say, okay, to come to that question, the first thing you need to do is eliminate 42% of the Afro males in the United States. Because they don't have children. I think it might be 46. Because they don't have children. Ooh, so 70% plus. We got a 70% plus, over 70%. We don't know how much over 70% amount of Black females that are single mothers. We do know that 59% of Black women that have multiple children from multiple babies' daddies have them by dudes that just got out of prison to the tune of 61%. So we know this. So we know what's going on. We kind of know what it is. We kind of know that you can't hold the man responsible for the choices of the B film for the Black women. All right? I'm tired of these simps, right? This dude, Justin Wilson, this Justin Wilson, hold on. It's public BS and lies that I'm gonna confront all the time. So you can take your moist behind and go somewhere else. Period. As a matter of fact, I'll leave you ignorant people to your little wall, and I'll just make people aware of you on my YouTube channel. All right, change that to end my YouTube channel. Okay, so I'm tired of these moist dudes. All right, so this Justin Wilson, right, in the hopes of getting some, right? So these dudes, and here's the other thing. There is no strength because these dudes are quick to attack Afro men. The reason why they are quick to attack Afro men, because they had got the approval of their little queen, of the person that's running their life. Remember, they are not listening to men. They don't have discussions with men because they talk and act like the females that raised them. All right, period. All right, and I'm tired of it. I'm not the only one tired of it because I'm not the only dude going in on these guys and these females. All right, when I said this pass is over, it's over. They get no more passes. Not from the righteous men. None. No more passes. All right. And if this woman continues to put up posts that are lies, I'm going to keep challenging those lies. No, you get no more passes. Period. None. See, these women think they could talk bad about Afro men on their thing and be like, oh, it's our public post. No, it's a public post. The minute, if you don't want no comments on it, keep it in a private group. All right? Because truth be told, I'll go in on all that fake mess. Period. I'll go in on that fake mess. It don't bother me. My stuff is public. This woman and the other ones that I put in the thumbnail down at the bottom, right? They decided to go get my picture. And then one, all right, y'all know the pictures. Y'all know the work that I do in the favelas, right? So, and y'all know at the NGO that those children are from the NGO, right? The simple woman had the nerve to go and say, oh, you better check to them children because they ain't yours. And that's my point. I'll check any children from a woman that says they had my baby. It's because chances are, because of how they sleep around, the child probably isn't the man's that they with right now that's paying all the bills. See, we understand this. That statistic that 59% of Black women have multiple children from multiple babies' daddies who come out of prison, all right, that should be alarming to everybody. That should also say that these women consciously know what they're doing. We know about the people in the prisons. We know about the peoples in the prisons that made all these babies with the females that were working there. All right. Oh, the Democrats in Georgia just endorsed President Trump for a second term. Everybody is waking up to the treachery that is the left. And all these B films that was the handmaidens and the tools of oppression by the left against the Afro men. But all these heinous laws from child support to child kidnapping, that's what child support is, all the way up to the false allegations. You have more Afro men in jail falsely behind Black women than the so-called racist police and racist white women put together. Oh, let's not get it twisted. And if we were really able to put up evidence, we can show you that you have more of these women in relationships with the alt-right groups that they say are against Afro men. And you know what? The Afro men don't care. We like, y'all can have them. They've been betraying us since before slavery. Period. Now they're getting mad that brothers getting them passports and traveling. Oh yeah. They're angry for brothers traveling because we were supposed to stay on the plantation that they so craftily and carefully designed for us. But we was like, hauling oats. No can do. I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. Can't go for that. And we ain't going for it either. All right, we ain't hating on the and here's the thing. This is the thing that that these B films and the BAWs do not understand. We're not even hating on the thugs. Somebody asked me a while back, why do you not have a problem with the thugs? And I'm gonna break it down with this right here. Some of the times the Most High sent as a punishment the very thing that's causing the trouble. All right, so in scripture, a woman with children, especially multiple children, that is not a widower, is not wife material for a righteous man. Well, how did she get in that trouble? The thug, she chose him. Now he caused her, let's say, value to be lessened because she had his children. The only person she could go back to is him. That is, if a man don't want to commit adultery. Now, if somebody gangbanged them up, like some dude came from Africa, went, hit him up, and left, and they ain't getting child support or any financial support, okay, that's one thing. But the ones that's sending all these dudes to child support court, for each person that they're getting child support from, that person is now their husband because they are financially taking care of them. They had children from them. And so, in other words, however little the child support is, if it's just $15 a month, well, then you made a husband out of a broke man, which is what most of them have been doing. All right. These women have taught themselves that no matter what, they're going to come against you because their value supersedes everything. That's what they said. Oh, my value is greater than anybody else, no matter what I do, because there is no consequences for my bad behavior. The brothers are saying no more passes. When you say, oh, I drugged this dude through child support court and stuff like that, the child is 18. Where is he at? Oh, he just flew to another country? Well, why? Because his child support is up and he's getting ghosts. He's free to go be with another woman, but I need him back here. I'm his baby mama. No more passes. Oh, I'm educated. I spent all my youth in the Caucasian man education system, and I put that over family, children, and a husband. Oh, but in the meantime, I got run through by every Greek organization that was on campus. But guess what? I got value now because I got a degree. Well, wait a minute. No more passes. A degree don't mean anything. A degree means that you can go out and get yourself a job and pay for all that student loan debt you just acquired. No more passes. But I need your help. No more passes. But this corona thing. Viva Frog came up with the coronavirus. Who ain't gonna help you? Your coronavirus. All right. No, your Sharona is not our problem. Understand that. The 5 P's, the P poor planning does not constitute an emergency on my part, or 3 P's. All right, these women didn't understand it. Their P poor planning does not constitute an emergency on the part of the good men that they curbed. All right. And so, and we also understand this, that after this is over, they're going to go back to being the treachery that we've become accustomed to. Remember, everything that if we did when trying to help the community, they shut down. All right, they shut us down. When we tried to help them, they tried to use us instead, then shut us down. When we tried to be there for our children, they hid them from us, from house to house, place to place. then shut us down. Because we were good men, they looked at us in disdain when we walked by them. Wouldn't even say hi. My brother in here, he was using the computer. We was faxing some stuff, right? And what happened was that he was talking about a relative who never helped out but used a lot of his stuff. And I was like, he was talking about how this person just don't do nothing but use drugs and beat women. Right? And I said, but yeah, he got all the women in the neighborhood. That's true. Right? He's not a really strong person. He's not the most built person over here. And so when you ask what, and this is something that I guess we stop asking, what he got, I don't got. Because really it isn't what he got that we don't got. It's what we have that he doesn't have. Oh yeah, you have to see it in reverse. Because this is the pattern. One day I was walking out or walking in from my car, and he was with a woman that looked at me like I was a scrub. Understand this. He had a woman, black woman, that they were waiting on an Uber. All right. And as I came through the gate and said, what's up to him? She looked at me with that scowl like, you ain't nothing. As I got out of the Infinity and went to my apartment and opened my door. All right. The woman that was with a dude that don't have a place to stay, that don't have a car to get her home, that don't have anything, that all he does is just lay up on other people's couches and get high and drunk. That dude, in her mind, was greater, and what she considers a good man than the actual good man that could have driven her home. I want y'all to think about that for a second. So why do these women like that? You can control that dude. You can control him. He has nothing. So you can control him. He'll do what you want. You can control him. He won't say no to you because all he wants is what they got. They can control him. So guess what? The dudes with resources, the dudes with the vehicles, no passes. I had women call me up and text me, can you send me something on Cash App? No passes. Can you give me a ride? No passes. Can you come fix my oil? No passes. You don't need no man, remember? And some of the times I think a lot of these things, especially from the one, I need a jump. Can you fix my oil? I think that is a setup to get me to come over to their house. All right. They want to give you what you don't need. Oh, I was going to take you out. I can go out myself. They want to give you what you don't need, but they won't give you what you want. They give you what they think you should want because that's all they want to give you, but they don't want to give you what you want as a man. So you'd be like, bam, I'm out. No passes. All right. I'm sick and tired of dealing with these females. I don't know if you are. Right? But it's time out for giving them passes. All right? They don't even get a pass to put up false information. If false information come across my Facebook and you put it up on any of the things that I'm friend to, all right, in any of the groups that I'm a part of, then it's a public thing. And like, you can go to my Facebook and talk bad about my color to the other women, and 2 of them were out of shape. If you look at the one, 2 were out of shape. All right. And I want y'all to understand. I'm not in the best of shape. Right? But here's the thing. I'm real. All right. If we take a look at this. These are the 3 women that went in on me because of my color. All right. Especially the one eating. All right. They were the one that were trying to battle me, a man, over stuff that they didn't know. They didn't bother to look at, and they didn't bother to look at because they aren't searching for the truth. They're searching for information that's going to support their warped view of the world, to the point that they were making points for China. And what I mean by that, you would swear that these were communist talking points coming from them, to the point where Miss Shea Defoe, the one in the middle, I think she's I was thinking, are you an agent of China? And I was asking after a couple of reports of how China uses agents to infiltrate the United States on Facebook and social media. And so I started thinking, I'm like, ooh, she might be one of them. I mean, seriously, that's my thought. She might be one of them. And so I asked, because a lot of the things that they were writing and doing did not make sense. Now, unlike them, I'm proud of my hair, my bro, power to the people. And I'm proud of my color. All right. The other thing about that is this, that I don't care that you don't want me here, because I could go to the Philippines or Brazil. You don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about my finances or my other stuff either. I stopped doing stuff for Black women in the United States because I got tired of being sabotaged by them for trying to help them. Lord have mercy, I had the audacity to help my fellow man in the United States. What was my reward? Get lied on, get shut down, get nothing but loud mouth. I'm tired. If you can't bring me no femininity, I don't want nothing to do with you. No passes. All right? I'm not sharing none of my resources with you. If you ain't giving me what I want, no passes. You don't get a pass. You disobeyed and you turned against these females. They turned against the Afro male. They turned against the Most High. And they still expected to be blessed. Why? Because that's what the church told them. That's what the church told them. The church told them no matter what ugliness you do to people, don't worry about it. Because Jesus will throw it into the sea of forgetfulness. My nieces tried to come at me with that garbage. And I told them, oh, no. You're going to be judged by people. They're going to judge your present by your past. And if your present is still jacked up, then they're going to use that jacked up judgment of you because of your behavior in the past. They're going to use it in the future. I'll tell these females they better wake up and smell something. Because something Something just ain't right. I ain't gonna play that because you know I don't want Keith Sweat going taking my stuff down. So I'll just leave that alone. I ain't going. I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna play that. But anyway, so it is what it is. So, brothers and sisters, I'm about to shut it down now. But before I do, if anybody would like to chime in and they have something to say, the lines are open. Hold on for a second. All right, so if you like this music, all right. So anybody, nobody, nobody. So if there's nobody here that wants to chime in, I'm gonna go take my stuff, drop them off in my room, get ready to roll out. When my brother go to the PX. Let's switch it up a little. All right. So if there's nothing else to be said, all right, I will holler at y'all after a while, by and by. Hope everything is going well. Everybody stay healthy. Peace, love, and soul. I'm out. All right.